Welcome to the second of two introductory webinars on the Australian Service Excellence Standards, or ASES, for New South Wales Specialist Homelessness Services. These webinars and other resources are part of the New South Wales Homelessness Industry Partnership's Quality Standards Implementation Resource Kit. The kit is developed by Assessments Quality Performance, or AQP. AQP is an approved external assessor for ASES by the South Australian Department of Human Services.
This webinar provides an overview of the content of the ASES certificate level standards and their various requirements. It is suitable for everyone in your organisation who will participate in ASES implementation, including the board, management, teams and staff. The PowerPoint from this webinar will be posted on the New South Wales Homelessness Industry Partnership website.
From the 30th of June 2023, the Department of Communities and Justice, formerly FACS, requires all funded homelessness providers to achieve ASES accreditation at the certificate level. Providers will be required to send a copy of their ASES accreditation certificate to the Department by the 31st of March 2023. Webinar Overview.
In this webinar, we are going to introduce the ASES certificate level standards, examine the structure and content of the standards, outline some of the outcomes that result from ASES implementation, and identify further resources that your organisation can use to support you in your ASES journey.
Introducing ASES, certificate level.
ASES is a set of service standards that is internationally accredited in ISQA, which is the International Society for Quality in Healthcare, and formally recognised as a quality improvement and accreditation program. It is developed, managed and administered by the South Australian Department of Human Services.
The standards are interconnected and are designed to work as a complete system. They form the foundation for a whole of organisation quality management approach with a focus on continuous quality improvement.
2. Standards, structure and content.
Structure and content overview. This diagram shows an overview of how the standards are structured. At the broadest level, there are three main streams, those being sound management, people, and service provision.
These three streams branch out into 8 standards, which will become familiar to you as you implement ASES. In the first stream, we have planning, governance, and financial and contract management. In the second stream, human resources, partnerships, and communication. And in the final stream, service outcomes and consumer outcomes. We will now take a closer look at the 3 streams.
Sound management.
The sound management component focuses on the importance of setting a clear vision and strategic direction for the organisation and driving the supporting operational plans to implement this. Sound management gives clients, the community and funding bodies assurance that an organisation is competently run by showing that services are properly planned, mechanisms are in place to support good governance, there are transparent and accountable financial management systems, and the organisation meets its contractual obligations. The second stream is all about people.
The people component is aimed at ensuring that staff and volunteers have a safe, fair and supportive work environment. The people component focuses on recruiting and supporting a competent and happy workforce, applying legislative requirements related to human resource management, actively and strategically forming partnerships to benefit clients and communities, and fostering excellent communication within and outside the organisation.
Ultimately, however, the first 2 streams are there to support the final component, which is service provision.
Service provision has 2 components. Service outcomes are about achieving the best possible services for clients. It aims to ensure that service outcomes are planned, monitored and reviewed, and they reflect client needs and priorities. Consumer outcomes reflect multiple aspects of how clients experience services, how they learn about the service, how they see its value to them, how they participate in the development of the service, and their satisfaction with the services delivered.
Service elements. Here we're going to take a look at the next level of the standards. As you can see in the blue-grey rows, there are 8 standards that we have covered so far in the 3 broad streams of sound management, people and service provision. Under each of the 8 standards, there are a number of specific standards groups. So if we take the first standard shown here in the top left-hand corner, which is strategic planning, this has 2 specific standards groups, strategic planning and business planning. These 2 standards groups ensure that the organisation has not only identified and communicated its strategic directions, but also that it has mechanisms in place to implement those directions through practical business plans with timeframes and responsibilities. We won't be covering all of the specific standards groups here. You'll be able to access this information on the Industry Partnerships website. But the important point to note is that these groups, 18 in total, enable all the standard components to be understood and applied.
The Evidence Guide. The certificate level evidence guide provides a detailed description of all of the elements of the standards and the associated requirements. Evidence guides are available in the B&G portal reading room or by request from the Homelessness Industry Partnership.
3. Outcomes. The outcomes that an organisation can expect when all of the ASES standards and requirements are met are as follows.
Clients have a real and authentic voice in the organisation. They have a say in the strategic direction, how services are designed and delivered, and their feedback shapes the organisation's growth and development. This in turn means their needs are understood and services are responsive to their needs and aspirations.
There is a positive and connected workforce motivated to deliver high-quality services. They work in a safe, fair and supportive work environment. There is a two-way communication at all levels that results in positive service outcomes. Staff get the support and training they need to be innovative and to go that extra mile for their clients.
Strong and productive collaborative relationships are evident with clients, other services and the community. Roles and responsibilities in the organisation are clear and skills, expertise and resources are shared and maximised. As a result, the client's journey is coordinated and smooth.
4. Further resources. There are a number of ASES-related resources that are available to New South Wales Homelessness Services. The New South Wales Department of Communities and Justice, formerly FACS, the ASES team in South Australia within the Department of Human Services, and the New South Wales Homelessness Industry Partnership have information, tools and resources to assist with ASES implementation. What we've included here are their email addresses and their web addresses, and you're welcome to explore the resources that they have provided, as well as the resources in this implementation kit. Note that the contact details for the Department of Communities and Justice still appear as facts, but both the web and email addresses will be diverted to the correct recipients. Thank you for watching the ASES introductory webinar on the content of the standards. To start the ASES implementation process, you can begin by working through the materials in the orientation module on the Homelessness New South Wales website.